Hi, my name is Shatikona Sabrina binti Sabruddin. I'm from AQUA307 and about to explain about the issues in ornamental aquaculture sector. Since the early 1980s, aquaculture production has grown tremendously in recent years. Because of the increased demand for fish and seafood products, aquaculture has become very essential. Ornamental fish contribute to the aquaculture industry's growth as well. Ornamental fish are aquatic creatures that are bred or sold for their beauty or unusual features rather than for human consumption or leisure. Ornamental fish breeding and keeping began around 1000 years ago. Many fish species are now admired for their beauty and striking patterns. They are colorful fish of a tranquil character that we maintain as pets in limited quarters of an aquarium for the enjoyment of their beauty. Many enthusiasts are attracted to the colors, shapes, and swimming behaviors that different kinds of fish display in an aquarium. According to Anjur et al. 2021, the main worldwide importers of ornamental fish are said to be the United States of America, USA, and the European Union, EU, followed by the United Kingdom, UK, and Singapore. Ornamental fish have lately gained relevance in generating foreign currency and as a source of employment. Approximately 600 species have been recognized as potential ornamental fishes. Yet, the health level of the species, on the other hand, determines the effectiveness of ornamental fish cultivation or breeding. Along with technological expansions and advancements in ornamental fish farming, the issues and methods in ornamental fish trades are quite concerning in certain cases. This matter should be rectified to sustain the ornamental fish sector. Number 1. Infectious illnesses. The global developments of the ornamental fish trade encourage the spread of their pathogens such as bacteria, parasites, fungus, and viruses, which make the fish their host. According to Lipton, 2006, from Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute, the main causes of fish diseases can be divided into 6 major groups. Bacterial fish infections are recognized to be the most serious issue in the aquaculture sector. Irritation, discoloration, lethargy, and anorexia are some of the behavioral problems that can be identified in infected fish. The pathogen infects several organs in the host and produces cytolytic toxins. There are various external examinations or symptoms that can be detected easily via naked eyes. Sluggish behavior, twirling spiral or erratic movements, faded or darkened pigmentation, exophthalmos or pop-eye condition, hemorrhages, erosion of jaw or mouth, gill parasites, gill erosions, white nodules, tailor fin rot, distended abdomen, protruded anus, blood oozing, ulcers or boils, external parasites, and cuttlewood-like growths. Whilst the internal examination or symptoms should be seen specifically inside of the fish itself. Gas-filled hollows, acidic fluid in the abdominal cavity, hemorrhages in the muscle wall, bladder or internal organs, liquid in the bladder, white nodules in internal organs, and swelling of organs such as kidneys and livers. Number 2. Antibiotic resistance. Most antibiotics are prohibited in aquaculture because they can lead to the development of drug-resistant bacteria and contribute to unacceptable levels of antibiotic residues in fish tissues and the environment. Because of the existence and distribution of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, most antibiotics on the market are inefficient for disease control. High fish death rate. Fish mortality is a measure used to estimate for the loss of fish in a fish stock due to death in fisheries population dynamics. Of course, how captive fishes are managed during collecting and shipment before they reach the end consumer might have an impact on their mortality rates. Death displacement refers to a change in a population's mortality rate over time as a result of a recognized or environmental problems, such as a disease outbreak or a water quality issues. During a disease epidemic, for example, the population frequently has increased death rate, harming vulnerable species. This graph shows the number of fish remaining in a population that has a high 13% of mortality the first year due to capture and transport stress, followed by a slower declining over the ensuing years until the maximum lifespan of 15 years is approached, which means that the longer the interval time taken of the fish lifespan, the higher the possibilities of mortality. Number 4. Significant economic losses. It is estimated that the ornamental fish trade handles up to 15 billion fishes. Transportation and handling of fish exposes them to a variety of stresses that can result in up to 70% deaths. This can contribute to a larger problem in which the profit of the individuals, society, and to the country as well. Aquarium fish, unlike wild fish, generally live in suboptimal settings including limited water volumes in aquarium settings with limited capacity to maintain enough water amount. They cannot flee a potentially dangerous environment. The most common cause of illness outbreak is stress. The stress may be caused due to sudden temperature, poor water quality, inadequate or wrong feeding, poor environmental conditions, and many other factors. The origin of a disease can be outside the aquarium, such as the introduction of a stressed fish, either via the installation or from the living circumstances at a retail store. It might get ill and contaminate other fish. In aquaculture, many of the same stresses occurs as those in the ornamental trade, including poor water quality, handling, transportation, confinement, poor social and physical environment, and disease. And in this sector-directed research, and some resulting interventions have resulted in improved welfare standards. Proper management. In fish keeping and culture, it is critical to monitor the health of the fish daily. Several simple indicators to observe have been proposed to facilitate the daily evaluation of fish welfare to prevent stress, such as color, ventilation rate, swimming pattern, and other behaviors, food intake, growth rate, condition, presence of morphological abnormalities, injury, and reproduction rate. The Malaysian Good Agriculture Practices (MyGAP) certificate recognizes these health management techniques as one of the key criteria for any farm to be approved. Quality. Maintaining optimal water quality decreases the several pressures that fish are exposed to, minimizing the risk of infections, and so keeps the fish in good health. The type of production systems and specific parameters being monitored determine the frequency of water quality. Sufficient amount of nutrition. Aside from that, if high-quality feeds with the essential vitamins are supplied, fish will remain healthy and develop significantly. Fish provided a complete, full diet are better equipped to deal with stress fend against illness. Light, noise, and other disturbances could possibly cause stress as well, so these should be avoided. Chemotherapeutic drug. Chemical treatment is generally used since pharmacological and medical supplies are more readily available. Disinfectants, herbicides, insecticides, spawning, AIDS, and disease preventive vaccinations are all possible uses for these medications and substances. Chemotherapy medications are being used more often to prevent and control bacterial infections. Topical disinfectants, antimicrobials, and probiotics are three main types of chemotherapeutics. Clinoptilolite and methylene blue are commonly added to the water during the packaging process to eliminate biowaste, ammonia, and prevent bacterial development, respectively, during fish transit. Ornamental fish are treated with chemicals before exporting and selling in order to keep them alive and decrease stress and infection during transportation. Chemotherapy is currently the sole method for the prevention and treatment of aquaculture disease outbreaks that is essentially used in the industry. Medicinal plants. Polyvinyl, pyrrolidone, acriflavine, and malachite green have not been documented to be used. Malachite green was also outlawed as an aquaculture disinfectant in all nations, including Malaysia. Since ancient times, medicinal plants have been widely utilized as phytotherapeutic agents to treat infectious disease in animals and people, and their therapy usage for bacterial infections in fish have been proven to be safe. This can be proved because plants include alkaloids, terpenoids, tannins, saponins, glycerol, flavonoids, steroids, or essential oils. Plant extracts have been found to work as an anti-stress, growth performance enhancer, hunger stimulant, and antipathogen in fish and shrimp aquaculture. In the nutshell, all the issues and problems can be treated and avoided as well if the right cautions and safety steps are taken correctly. The aquaculture industry is frequently accused for certain unethical techniques and the loss of biodiversity. As a result, increased intentional efforts in aquaculture farm management are required to maintain biodiversity conservation. The aquaculture industry's future operations will assure stable and sustainable aquaculture production.